Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on whatever time zone you are in. And I think that quite a few people are joining us from the other side of the world. So I hope you have had your
Hello, everyone.
interesting breakfast. All right, so my name is Dr. Faizan Ali, and I am an assistant professor at the School of Hospitality and Tourism Management, University of South Florida. And today I am talking here as one of the research chairs. Very excited to bring to you an interesting workshop, which is quite highly sought after, about qualitative research and qualitative data analysis using NVivo. And I am excited to welcome a good friend of mine and a very very, very amazing researcher, Dr. Rab-Nawaz Lodhi from Pakistan. So, Dr. Rab-Nawaz Lodhi, we can bring you in. All right. So, Dr. Lodhi, can you hear me? All right. So hopefully Dr. Lodhi's internet will be okay very soon. I had some problem with listening, but I can see you here. Let me quickly introduce Dr. Lodhi. Obviously, many people in this session probably already know him because he is quite active on social media or in different workshops and stuff like this. But still, Dr. Lodhi is an associate professor of management at University of Central Punjab Business School in Lahore, Pakistan. He teaches different courses at graduate and undergraduate level. He teaches courses in MBA, PhD, and MS programs, and has worked extensively not only in academia but also on different consultancy and research projects with industry. He is a highly sought after speaker and has been to several different countries, including Malaysia, Turkey, Kazakhstan, Netherlands, Indonesia, Philippines, Saudi Arabia, US, all these different countries to conduct different workshops, published several papers in high impact factor journals, and he has also acted as a guest editor for a couple of special issues related to qualitative research. So I think we couldn't have a better speaker than Dr. Rab-Nawaz Lodhi, who could speak on qualitative data analysis and qualitative research using NVivo. He is also a certified trainer for NVivo. And then today we have the pleasure of having him with us. Dr. Lodhi, I will now be quiet and the mic is all yours to proceed with the workshop. Thank you. Uh, Sorry, Dr. Lodhi, just one moment. I think there is some problem with the internet. The voice is distorting, and many people are saying they cannot hear it. I also cannot hear it. So maybe I can bring you back into the session so that probably it can become a bit easier to listen to. Okay, just give me one moment, please. Yes, Dr. Lodhi, I think it's the internet connection, but now I see that your video stream is a bit better. So can you please talk something? I think it should be okay now. No. Uh, okay, I think it's the internet
Try to
connection.
change the internet connection.
Oh, it's okay now.
I need a few minutes.
Yeah, it's okay now. I can hear you now clearly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's okay now.
Okay, Dr. Fazan, can you hear my voice?
Yes, it's perfect now. Yes, yes, we can start now. Yes. Um, Doc, Dr. Lodhi, I think your sound is again gone. Maybe what we can do is if you can connect to that different internet connection, then probably it should be okay. Meanwhile, I can, we can wait for you. Meanwhile, while you can reconnect to a better connection. All right. So yes, this is. I apologize for this. I think most of you by now, because it's already 1.5 year, we are going through this technology-related stuff. So I think by now we all know that technology sometimes play these type of tricks, especially when we are really excited about something. So technology can go wrong. While we give Dr. Lodhi a few minutes to reconnect, what I can do is this. I can tell you that this session will definitely be available on YouTube. It will be recorded. It will be available not only on YouTube but also on LinkedIn. So if somebody has to drop out because of anything, then you can certainly watch it later. The only problem with that is you will not have an opportunity to ask live questions. So if you are attending live, that way you can ask your questions when Dr. Lodhi is here. If you're not sure about anything or if you cannot follow along. So that is the benefit. The other thing is that there are several interesting panels and several interesting workshops that are planned for this conference. So I'll talk about a couple of them just to tell you on which. All right. So I just got to know from somebody else in Pakistan as a comment, which says that there are some issues with internet connectivity in Pakistan today. So probably that's why Dr. Lodhi is having some issues as well. All right. So what I was saying is about different workshops that we have. Okay, so there are a couple of different workshops that I will say to look into later today. We have a workshop. Let me share my screen just to explain this very quick so that we can. All right, so okay, so while we have all of you here, I just want to explain a few workshops that we have, and Dr. Lodhi is here. I'm going to get him as well. So later today at 3 o'clock, we have one interesting workshop for people who are in technology or related stuff, designing service-oriented chatbots to improve customer experience. Later, we have another one for those who are teaching online, which is also a big problem these days. And this one is tomorrow. It's about using audio in online learning and stuff like this. And then if you are interested in cooking and stuff, there's other stuff that is also there. For all the workshops, please go to gloserv.org/workshops so you can see all of them there. Now Dr. Lodhi is here, so I am going to get him into the stream and then we can start. Dr. Lodhi, you are here now, right?
Yes. Dr.
All right.
Fazan, can you hear my voice?
Yes, it's much better now. So what we
Can you
can
see
do
my
is,
screen?
yes, I'm going to bring your screen
Okay,
to the,
that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
okay?
So
Please go ahead, Dr. Lodhi.
thank you. So audience, I formally welcome to all participants for this wonderful training workshops on qualitative research and data analysis using NVivo software. So NVivo is the king data analytical software in the qualitative world. Today, I would like to talk about the qualitative research and then data collection methods, and then we'll be moving toward data analysis method. So when we talk about qualitative research, we conduct research on the subjective realities. So in qualitative research, the realities is more subjective as compared to the quantitative research. In quantitative research, our main focus on the objective reality, but if we talk about the qualitative research, the reality has different perspective, and the most important and the very significant challenge of qualitative research is to generalize the findings. So if you are going to develop a new theory, it is very important to justify what you have discovered and what will be the benefit of that particular discovery. So otherwise, people will not believe on your argument. So ultimately, when you go for the qualitative research, you need to choose one of the research designs. There are different research designs. For example, case study, narrative research, grounded theory, phenomenological research, participatory action research, and ethnography. So if we talk about these qualitative research designs, within these designs, there are a number of types of each research design. If we talk about case study research design, there are different research designs. For example, the single case study or the multiple comparative case study. If we talk about narrative research design, there are different types of narrative research design. For example, autography or biography or personal storytelling. If we talk about the grounded theory, there are different types of grounded theories. If we talk about the phenomenological research, there are different types of phenomenological research designs. So similarly, if we talk about the participatory research or the ethnography, so even in ethnography, there are different types of ethnographic research. For example, organizational ethnography or ethnography. So we need to be very focused on choosing the research design before collecting the qualitative data or analyzing the qualitative data. So research design is the umbrella in your qualitative research. So first of all, if you're going to conduct your research activities in qualitative research, you need to choose one of the research designs. So this is your choice, and it depends upon the objective of your research. So today I'm not going to talk about and discuss all these research designs one by one, but I'm going to skip this particular area and moving toward the next area. When we talk about qualitative research, we use very common terminology, immersion. Immersion means sinking until covered completely with the water. So you need to go in depth of the knowledge. Then when you will come back, you will be having a particular theory. So immersion means you need to go inside of the knowledge, inside of that particular research setting where you are going to conduct your research activities. So immersion is very common, particularly in ethnographic research. When you go into a particular culture, you absorb yourself in that particular cultural values, norms, traditions, their language. Then when you come back, you come with the new realities, with the new theories. So this is another example of immersion. You can see that in the center, the person having the white dress, he is the researcher, and he is doing the same activity where he is conducting the ethnographic research or the qualitative in-depth study. So this is immersion. You need to go inside of that particular culture, of that particular. You need to be very close with your respondent, and this is not the game of questionnaire. You just distribute the questionnaire into the participants, and you collect the responses, and your respondents are on the different places, and you are maybe in different countries. So but qualitative research is totally different. So you need to be very involved in the qualitative research activities. This is another example. If you're going to conduct some ethnographical study and you're conducting the interview, so you need to be very open, and maybe in some kinds of cultures or cultural groups, they do not allow to bring the camera. So ultimately, you need to ask the question and you need to write the things on the paper. So this is another example, and here you can see that there are different people, and you can see the researcher sitting in front in the among the people, and this is also another example of involving the researcher in that particular community. So when we talk about the qualitative data collection methods, there are different qualitative data collection methods and sources from where you collect the qualitative in-depth information. The first method is observation. You conduct the in-depth observation, and there are different types of observation, like participant observation or non-participant observation. So if you are conducting the observation, you need to write the things on the paper, and that particular paper is basically the field note, because we are the social scientists, we are not the lab researchers. We do not conduct research activities in the labs, we conduct research activities in the fields. So whenever you are going to collect the data from the fields, you need to prepare a document which is called field notes. Field note is basically a document, and by observing the surroundings, whatever you observe from your surrounding, you need to document all those things on the paper, and that particular paper is known as field notes. So you can see the example of this particular field note and observation. For example, in the center, you can see a researcher is sitting, and he is also conducting the interviews of the people sitting on the right side and on the left side, and he is also observing the surroundings. So he is putting the things on the paper, and that particular paper is the field note. So field notes is also another source of information in qualitative research. So you can see this kind of the output of field note. You can draw the sketch and the map and other kinds of things when you are observing the surroundings and you are involved in that particular in-depth qualitative research activities. So you need to put a number of things on the paper as per your own understanding, as per your own types of codings. So later on, you need to decode whatever you have mentioned on the field notes. So you can bring this particular document field note in NVivo software for the analysis and for extracting a lot of themes and a lot of contents from the field notes. So you can conduct the content analysis, you can conduct the thematic analysis, even you can go for the grounded theory. So this is very wonderful source of information, field notes. You go in the fields and you collect the data by observing your surroundings. So there is another data collection method which is known as focus group discussion. So I can show the video of focus group discussion, and you will be easily understand what do you mean by the focus group discussion. So here, this particular lady is the moderator. So the part or the responsibility of the moderator is to engage the people in, in discussing activity, in probing. This particular lady is trying to probe the information from the people who are involved in this particular focus group discussion. So everyone is contributing, everyone is saying and speaking about some realities. So this is the example of focus group discussion. So if you increase more people in focus group discussion, if you include more people, it will not be more effective. So the ideal size may be 10 to 5 to 10 people, and if you reduce the people like 2 people or 3 people, it will also not be very effective. So there should be the reasonable size of the focus group discussion, and when you're going to conduct the focus group discussion, you need to share the questions before conducting the focus group discussion. So everyone, when come in the focus group discussion, will prepare all the answers, proposed answers of those questions. So then it will be very effective. So the researcher can be involved as the moderator in the focus group discussion activity, and you can you may record the focus group discussion, and later on you can transcribe and you can convert it into the textual data, and then later on you can import in NVivo software, and you can extract a lot of themes from the focus group discussion. So it is different from the talk shocks. You know about talk shocks on the television in Pakistan. It is very common, particularly there are different night programs or evening programs. People anchor person talk on the different issues in the country. So it is not the focus group discussion, because uh, the purpose of focus group discussion is to explore some solution of the problem. But normally media channels do not do this particular activity, and people are not on the same page. So maybe from the different political parties, they also let down the other party, and in this way the conclusion may be the very biased conclusion on the basis of the final comment by the anchor person. But when we talk about the focus group discussion, particularly in qualitative research, the researcher or the moderator is more focused on finding out the solution, and every person is spotting. Every person is spotting, because the reason is that when one person stops the discussion, and the second person start the discussion on the next point, on the next contributory agenda item. So this is the beauty of focus group discussion on other qualitative data collection techniques like interviews, one-to-one interview. So in interview, if you conduct one-to-one interview, there is only one respondent, and you are asking the question, he is giving the answer. So there is no chance that the other person may intervene in the interview, because you need to rely on the answer of the only one person. So this is the beauty of focus group discussion, and this is very important data collection technique. You can see that everyone is contributing, everyone is participating, and the moderator is giving the chance to speak each member of the focus group discussion. And when the members speak track, ultimately, she is to probe further things regarding that particular issue. So later on, we can transcribe the focus group discussion video into the textual form, and we can move toward the different types of analysis on NVivo software. So this is basically a data collection method in qualitative research. So there is another data collection method which is known as document review. When we talk about document review, there are different types of documents. For example, the annual reports of the companies, we can conduct the document review on the annual reports of the companies, and also we can conduct the document review on the authentic documents like holy books, like Quran. So we can conduct the document review on how many times this word is repeating in that particular document. For example, in Arabic, the word is wa aqimus salata wa atuz zakata. So these are two words. So we can explore the frequency of word repetition in that particular from that particular text. So there are different types of conducting the document review. Sometimes we conduct the discourse analysis, sometimes we conduct the content analysis. So there are different types of document review, but document is also the source of information, and we can conduct the document review from the different books or articles. Even you can conduct this particular activity from the research articles. So, for example, you can download the articles published on COVID-19 or the outcomes of COVID-19, and then you can find what types of findings reported by the different researchers of the different regions. For example, the region of Asia, the region of Europe, or within the Europe or Asia, you can explore further the country-wise outcomes or the consequences of COVID-19 reported in different types of research articles. So this is another type of data collection method, and then we have a very effective data collection method, which is interview. So a number of people apply interviews. So interviews is very important data collection method, and there are different types of interviews. We can conduct the video recorded interview, we can conduct the audio recorded interview, or we can conduct the document based interviews. So there are different types of interviews, and the way of interview is different. So you can conduct the panel interview, you can conduct the one-to-one interview. So it depends upon the objective and the method of a method which is being used by the researcher in that particular research. So during the also analyze and observe the non-verbal communication, non-verbal gesture, posture, body language, and you know, uh, in this picture you can see the movements of hand of that particular person. Yeah, in this way you can further explore that on particular statements, this person is irritating or this person is giving stress. So in this way you can further explore the discourses and conversation. You can conduct the conversational analysis on that particular interview, recorded interview. So this is very important data collection method in qualitative research. So now this is the age of social media. Everyone post different types of comments, and people write blogs, and they post, they can link, and people conduct the content analysis on the uh, web logs or blogs. So this is another source of information. We can explore different blogs from the internet, and we can conduct the thematic analysis. For example, if you explore the blogs of the effect of COVID-19 on the small businesses, so there are different blogs. People uploaded different blogs on the internet. So you can explore, you can download all the blogs, and you can later import in NVivo software, and you can conduct the analysis like content or thematic analysis on the blogs or web blogs. So images or pictures are also sources of qualitative research, qualitative data. There are different types of pictures. Sometimes you capture the family picture, uh, you capture the picture of the beautiful sites, beautiful areas, and selfie. And there are different types of pictures, like the pictures of the building, beautiful sites, beautiful weather, so beautiful historical places. And later on you can import these pictures in NVivo software for the analysis. So this is another source of information, source of data in qualitative research. We can also import the data from the emails. So NVivo software has ability to import the emails from the Outlook. So later on we can explore the contents from the email timings and context, and we can conduct the qualitative research on that particular email account. Diaries or the books, I already mentioned that document review is also the data collection in qualitative research. So we use the documents, uh, and if you are conducting the narrative research, if you are writing a book on a particular person, like the biography, so you need to analyze the diaries of the person, diaries, personal diaries, and the personal diaries are very important. Particularly it shows the different chronological events recorded by that particular person on that particular diary. So if a person who is going to write a book on that particular personality, so diaries may be the source of information, source of data for conducting the qualitative research. So similarly, minutes of the meeting in the company, historical evidences. Historical evidences mean the past event evidences. For example, if the plane crashed and you are going to investigate, so you need to collect the data from the cameras, from the audio recordings, the discussion before the plane crash, the discussion of the passengers in that particular plane, the discussion of the pilots. So this is also the evidences, and there are different types and source. uh, you can use the audio recordings, you can use the pictures, You can also conduct the interviews. So this is also the method and the source. And for even though if we talk about the historical events, so there are different past events in the history, and you are conducting the you are the student of history, then definitely you cannot go back into that particular historical event, but how you can bring the information in the current present. So you need to read different books and different articles and different newspapers of that particular past events, and then you can bring all the information in the present, and these are all the historical evidences you use in the qualitative research. And then the second last thing we are going to discuss the data from websites. So website is the provide the rich information data, and you can conduct the content analysis on the websites. You can also conduct the data mining or the text mining using NVivo software from the different websites. So social media is also, it is also very in, particularly in qualitative research. You can post the things on social media. You can have you can receive different types of comments on that particular post, and later on you can bring all the posts in NVivo software for the content or thematic analysis. Even you can conduct the grounded theory. So this is also very important source of uh, data, social media, and you can also import the data from YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. Uh, this is also very important. So these are some we discuss some of the important data collection methods and the sources of data and the outcome of data collection in the form of field notes, in the form of audio video recordings, data sheets, or contents, or different kinds of documents. So now we are going to discuss qualitative data analysis using NVivo software. So after collecting the data, you need to import all the data in NVivo software. So I have this latest NVivo software, and what I need to do here, I need to create a new project. So how I can create a new project? This is the option, new project option. So I need to click on that particular option, and software is asking uh, about the title of the project. So I need to give the title of the project. I can also magnify. Okay, that's wonderful. Now the picture is more clear. So when you click on this particular option, new project option, software will show you this option, and you need to write the title of the project. For example, the outcomes of COVID-19. So if you write the title of the project, the consequences of COVID-19 or the outcomes of COVID-19. So this is the title, and you can also give the description of that particular title. So your file will be saved on that particular path. You can change the path of your file. This is the option, but if you don't need to change, it is fine. And then you need to click on next, and software will ask you about the different facilities. For example, after every 15 minutes, software will automatically save your data. So you need to click yes. So there is another option, auto save option. So this is also recommended, and you need to create a project. So this is fine, and I just click on create the project. So it will take time depending upon your system speed and the memory capacity. So yes, my goodness, my software is ready. So now software has recommended me uh, to have a tour of this particular NVivo software. So I can click on import, organize, explore, or centralized. Software will guide me one by one. So I can start the tour. So it is very recommended. So I would suggest to all participants of this workshop. So please click on this start tour activity, because if you are using this software or this kind of software or this version of software, latest version of NVivo very first time, then definitely you should start the tour of this latest NVivo software. But today I'm going to skip this particular tour. And now this is my NVivo software. So I need to divide NVivo software into different windows. For example, into different parts. This window into different parts. The first part of this window is ribbon bars. For example, these are different ribbon bars. The first ribbon bar is home, then import, then create, then explore, then share, then modules. So these are different ribbon bars. So we need to keep this concept in our mind, the different terminologies in NVivo software. The first thing is these are ribbon bars. So on the left side, you can see these are the different options. These are navigation options. You can see data, files, file classification, externals, coding, codes, sentiments, relationships, or relationship types. So these are different navigation options we can apply, we can use during the analysis of our data. And in this largest area, you can file you can see there's this. If I close it, you can see that this is the container file container, because by default software selected this option file, and you can see this is the file, and there is nothing because we have not yet imported any qualitative data in this NVivo software. So step by step we'll be moving toward the next activities. So after creating NVivo software, after creating a new project in NVivo software, we need to import our data. So first of all, we need to understand. And if you're very familiar with the qualitative data, this is the first step of thematic analysis suggested by Braun and Clark. So Braun and Clark's technique for thematic analysis is very famous. They published their paper in 2006, and which was the most highest cited paper in 2006. So more than 50,000 citation you can find on that particular research paper by Braun and Clark. Thematic analysis by Braun and Clark, and they are suggesting that the first step for the thematic analysis is to be very familiar with the data. So if the researcher is familiar with the data, then he or she will be able to move toward the next step very easily. So to understand the data, you need to open these data files. For example, the first I have three data sources. The first one is interview, then the next one is picture, and the third one is focus group discussion. So one by one, if I open these files, for example, if I open first the focus group discussion, so I already show you that particular. In the focus group discussion, there are different people who participated in that particular focus group discussion, and this is the first source of data. And there is another source of data, interviews. We have different interview files. For example, respondent 1 to respondent 3. We have video recorded files, and I can open it one by one. This is the first file I already showed you, and this is another video recorded file I can show you. So both searchers and the respondent, you can see in the same video. This is another video file, and the third respondent, this is another video file. And this lady is in the interview. And that particular person is taking the interview. He is the interviewer, and the lady is interviewing. So I have the other types of interviews, like the document-based interview. We can also circulate the questions. For example, Henry is asking the question and Barbara is giving the answer. So in this way, we can collect the data. And for example, nowadays, because of COVID, people are very reluctant to give the one-to-one or face-to-face interview. So it is very simple. You can circulate the question, subjective question, just like the theoretical question in the exam. You can ask the question, and then respondent need give the answer in details. So in this way you can take the interview. So this is also the document based interview. And the third interview is audio recorded interview. If I open this file, you will not see any picture, but you will but you can hear the voice. But I don't think so you people can hear this voice, but I can hear this voice. Okay, this is the audio recorded interview. So, in some Asian countries, like in Pakistan, females are very reluctant to give the interview on camera. So they do not allow the people because of their religious values, and they do not come in front of the camera. So then definitely you can get the permission of recording the voice of those people who are reluctant or who are not willing, who are not giving the consent for recording their videos. Then definitely you can record their voice. So this is the voice recorded interview. So there are different ways to conducting the qualitative interviews. You can conduct the interviews on videos. You can conduct the document based interview. You can conduct the audio recorded interview. This is your choice. It depends upon the availability of the people and their choices. So this is also the data collection method, and we have available data. We need to be very familiar with the data. So this is another data from the pictures. So these are basically the pictures after COVID-19. Okay, so if we talk about understanding of the data, it is not that you just open this file and you see that this is the focus group discussion, these are the interviews, but you need to watch the interviews. You need to listen the voice of the people, what they are saying, and you need to read these documents, the answer of the interviewees. So this is basically the point. So before putting the data in NVivo software, you need to understand. So if you personally conducted the interviews, then definitely you understand better. But if you collected the data uh, from if you collected the data with the help of some research associates or some PhD students or your team members, then definitely before going for the coding of the data, you need to understand the data. This is very important. And without understanding the data, it is very difficult. Uh, if we say that you will be very successful of coding the data, extracting the right types of themes from the statements. So this is the first step, understanding the data. So after understanding the data, uh, we need to go for the different quotations and for the coding of the data. So before going for the coding of the data, we need to create different folders to organize our qualitative data, because we have three types of data. I already shared that we have interviews, we have focus group discussion, we have pictures. So we have three different types of data available, and we are going to conduct our analysis on these three types of data. So we need to create three different folders. So on the left side, you can see that this is the data option, and here you can find this is the files option. You need to right click on that particular file option, and the first option is new folder. You need to organize the data in different folders. So the first folder is interviews, and yes, my goodness. So this is the beauty of NVivo software latest. It also guides you. that you have successfully created the folder. Now you need to go on the import tab. You need to select the file, survey, or and capture. Then you can bring the data and for the analysis. So software is also giving you the instruction, but we need to close this message. And now the folder is empty. So the folder is interview folder, and interview is empty folder because we do not uh, we did not import any type of qualitative data in this particular folder. So similarly, we need to right click on files option, and then new folder option. Our second data type is pictures. So I need to create the picture folder. I can zoom it to make it more clear. Clear pictures. Yes. Now the third folder is focus group discussion. Okay, I need to click OK. Yes, my goodness. So I have the different types of data files: focus group discussion, interviews, and pictures. Now, one by one, I need to import my data in these particular folders. So first of all, I need to open focus group discussion, and how I can be able to import data in that particular folder. I need to click on import ribbon tab, and there is an option of files. I need to click on that particular option, files option. So files, if you put the mouse pointer, software will automatically guide you. It will show you a particular information box. If you put your mouse pointer on that particular option, so you can read this message in the information box: import data files into the project, mean documents, text files, PDFs, audios, videos, or images. So this is your choice. You can import data from all these kinds of sources, or all these kinds of type of data you can import by using this option, files. But you can also import the data from the Facebook, social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, and uh, from the websites by using this option, and capture option. If you click on this and capture option, and capture me, uh, if you just put your mouse pointer on that particular option, software will show you the information box, and in the information box you can see that you can import the websites or the social media contents by capturing, so by using the end capture option. So I will show you how to capture the data from the social media and data from the websites. This is very important. So now what I need to do, I'm going to import the focus group discussion. Focus group discussion. So how I can be able to import focus group discussion? I need to click on import ribbon tab, and then I need to select the files option. So if I select on the files option, I need to locate my files. So where is my file? I need to check on the desktop, and I have uh, the NVivo data folder. I need to check on focus group discussion, and this is the file. I can select it, and I need to open it. Simple. I need to click import. So it will take time. Yes, green. Okay. My goodness, the file is here in this folder. So folder is focus group discussion, and here in this particular area, software open that particular folder, and in this folder we can see this file. File name is focus group discussion. If you double click on that particular file, focus group discussion file, if I just double click on this focus group discussion, so you can see that this is the focus group. On another part, you can see the video. You can also play it. Okay, I can easily open this particular video. So this is the video file. I can click on play. Software will automatically play this video. So we can also take the further steps. But here I'm just going to skip the further steps, and I'm going to just close this video, focus group discussion. And now I'm going toward the next data collection source, interviews. So I click on interviews, and then I need to click on import, and then the same step I need to revise. The step is I need to click on files, and I need to look at the interview files. I need to come back on the main folder. So these are the interviews. Interviews, we have different types of interviews: video recorded interviews, audio recorded interviews, and the interviews in the document form. So I need to select all interview files irrespective of their types. So I need to click open, import. So I have three video files, I have one audio file. So I think there is huge space. File size is large as compared to the document files. So it will take time. But this is my goodness. Oh, that's great. So I have all these interview files, respondent 1 to respondent 7. So from respondent 1 to respondent 7, I have interview files. I can open these interview files one by one. For example, if I open respondent 1, this is the respondent 1 file, and I can play it. But now I need to close it. Similarly, I can open the interviews based on the document files. So these are the interviews based on the document files. All the information is also in textual format. I can also open the audio recorded file of respondent 7. So if I click on respondent 7, so this is the audio, there is no video, but I can click the play button. So software will play this video, let's play this audio. So this is a very wonderful option. So after importing these interview files, I'm going to import the pictures. So we have another source, pictures. I need to click on pictures, and then import files. I need to locate the picture files. I need to come back on the main folder and pictures. So these are all the COVID-19 pictures. I need to select all pictures, open, and import. So my goodness, all the pictures are there. I can open one by one these pictures in NVivo software. I can increase their size. So I can drag and drop to change the size of the picture, or change the size of the particular region in in NVivo software. So in this way, we can import qualitative data in NVivo software. So after importing the qualitative data, what we need to do, we need to transcribe the data. So this is also included in the thematic analysis steps. We need to transcribe the data, because sometime when you conduct the interviews, so your interviews are video recorded, your interviews are audio recorded. So what you need to do, you need to transcribe. Transcription, what do you mean by transcription? We can understand transcription, that transcription is the process of conversion of audio or video recorded data into textual format, into textual form. So transcription is the process to convert the audio recorded data, audio recorded interviews, audio recorded focus group discussions into textual format, textual form. So there are different ways to transcribe the interview files. So if you click on the modules option, you will find the transcription option here in NVivo software. So it is also available in the latest versions of NVivo software. So if you're going to utilize this option, you need to buy this particular adds in feature of NVivo software from the QSR company. You need to pay more, and NVivo's the QSR company who produce NVivo software, who is the seller of NVivo software. So they charge amount for giving you that particular option of auto transcription. So you can upload your audio or video recorded files. Software will automatically transcribe your data. So there are a number of softwares available, online software available, transcribers are available. You need to put your audio or video recorded files. So software automatically transcribe your data, but the accuracy rate may be 90 to 95%, up to 95%. It depends. So if you are conducting the interviews in English language, then definitely it is possible. But if you are conducting the interviews in some other languages, like we are from Pakistan and our language is Urdu. So if you're conducting the interviews in Urdu language, so you need to not only transcribe, but you need to translate. So you need to translate and then transcribe your interview data or focus group discussion data or any type of qualitative, any type of recorded data. But if you are conducting the language sensitive study, then you need to hire some subject expert while you are translating and transcribing the data. So if your study is not very language sensitive material, then there is no need to hire some expert. But you just need to, if you have conducted the interview, then you better understand the wordings and the responses during the interviews, then definitely you will be the right person to translate and transcribe the interview files. Sometime we leave this assignment on our students. So we say or assign the students. So these are the interview files. So this is your assignment. You need to transcribe all these interview files. But we cannot rely on students. Some students are very good, and some students are excellent. So the thing is that if sometimes students skip the interview, and because it is very labor extensive activity, when you're going to give the assignment to the student to transcribe, then they, maybe sometimes they skip the interview, major portion of the interview, and then definitely you will lost the major important information from the interview. So ultimately, you need to transcribe by yourself. It is very labor extensive, but it is very important. So you can also use some transcriber. This is also more easier option. So now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to transcribe the audio or video recorded files. So the first file is respondent one. I need to open this file, and I need to click on edit option. So before going for the further option, I need to uh, magnify, give you the better picture. So this is the respondent one file, video file. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to transcribe this interview file. Transcription, I already told you that transcription is the process of conversion or converting the audio or video recorded data into textual format. Software is giving the advice to save the data after every 15 minutes. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to transcribe this video recorded data. So I have opened this particular file, and I need to click on edit. That's great. So when I click on edit, there are two columns. One is time span, and the other one is content. Contents mean you need to type. whatever this person is saying. So time span means starting and ending time. So this is basically the time bar, and the bar which is showing the different span of times. And what you need to do here, you need to, when you open this file, you will find that there is another edit ribbon tab. So here you can play, pause this video, you can stop it, you can change the speed of this video, you can also transcribe it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to transcribe it. So what are the different steps of transcription of audio or video recorded data in NVivo software? The first step is to open the audio video recorded file. So I have successfully opened it. So I have this file, and we R1 respondent one file. And the next step is I need to select edit option. So I have successfully clicked on this edit option. And the next step is I need to click on transcribe button in the play mode section. So in the play mode section, there are different buttons, different options. So I need to select on, I need to select this transcribe option. If you put your mouse pointer on transcribe, you will find the information. So transcription mean the creating the transcripts of your media files. So if you click on this transcribe button, and then you need to click on play button, play or pause button. Your time span is started, and cursor is blinking in the content box. Cursor is, so it is indicating that now you can write the contents here in this box. So now what I need to do, I need to put my headphones, hand freeze, and then I need to play this video. So there is the shortcut button F4. So F4 is for play and pause. So if I click on, if I put or push the button, if I press the button F4, the software will play this video, and if I press F4, it will be paused. So now I need to listen carefully this statement, whatever he is talking about, and then I need to write this statement here in this content box. So in this way, I can transcribe this audio or video recorded data. But now I don't have time to transcribe this data. So what I need to do, I'm going to copy paste this content information from my data. So I have this data, already transcribed data demo one. So I have this kind of information. And what I need to do, I need to control X, cut. So I'm supposing that this data is relating to that particular interview file. I need to paste it. But actually it is not. It is only the dummy data. It is only the example. So it is not the actual data relating to the outcomes of COVID-19. So this person is not talking about COVID-19. This is only the example. So we are supposing that we conducted the interview after COVID-19, and people are talking that there are different outcomes of COVID-19 in the society, different business related outcome, health related outcome, uh, our social uh, social outcomes, and there are different outcomes. So people are talking about the outcomes of COVID-19. So we need to conduct the interview, we need to transcribe the interviews, and this is the transcription of the interview. But these words are not relating to this video. This is dummy data, fake data. So this is only the example. So after transcribing, I need to close this respondent one. Actually, what step I need to follow? I need to open this file. I need to play this video, and then I need to listen carefully the statements of that particular interviewee, and then I need to write the statements in the content box. This is the way of transcribing the data manually. So now I need to repeat the same steps. What I'm going to do, I need to click on edit, and I need to copy the data, for example, this data, and what I need to do, paste this data. So I need to close it. Similarly, for respondent 3, I need to open this respondent 3 file, edit file. Yes, this is the content box. I need to copy this data and then paste it. So we are supposing that we transcribe this data. So now we have the other files, for example, respondent 4, respondent 5, and respondent 6. So these are not the audio video recorded files. These are all files already in the textual format, textual form. So we do not need to further transcribe it. We do not need to convert it into the textual format. So it is already in textual format. So we need to just close it, and I'm going to open response 7 because this file is audio recorded interview. So the rest of the data available in this file, I'm going to add it, and I'm going to paste in the content box. Yes, my goodness, that's perfect. So I have successfully added all the data, but actual way of transcription is to open the file and listen the video, watch the video, listen the voice, and then write whatever uh, the particular respondent is talking about. So you need to write step by step, so one by one, statement by statement. It is very labor extensive activity, but you need to do because you are the qualitative researcher. So in-depth analysis, in-depth study, in the discoveries of some new theories, you need to put more effort as compared to the quantitative research. Okay, similarly, I can also open the focus group discussion file, and the transcription of the focus group discussion file is similar. I need to open focus group discussion and edit, and then I need to click on transcribe button, then play button. It will start time span. So uh, the difference between the transcription of the focus group discussion and the interview is that when you are conducting the interview, it is one by one interview. So there is only one person. So that's why you can write the things in the passages, and even if you write your question and right after your question, you can give the answer because you are collecting the data from only one person. But in focus group discussion, it is not the same. There are more people. So when you are transcribing the focus group discussion, you need to put the name one by one. For example, Ahmed colon, and you need to write the statement, whatever the Ahmed is saying. So after Ahmed, if I talk about Ali, so what Ali is saying, you need to write, and then Usman. So what Usman is saying, and then Umar. So what Umar is saying, you need to write the things, the statements in front of that particular person. So in this way, you can write the contents. So I can also put the transcription just by copy and paste. But actually, when you're going to transcribe it, So I already told you how you will be able to transcribe the focus group discussion step by step. So this is the transcription. I need to close it. So now what I need to do in the next step, pictures. So in pictures, we can conduct the thematic analysis, and later on we can also conduct some codings or number of codings. So it may become the content analysis. So when you go for the frequency of the codes, so a picture is also the qualitative, very big source of qualitative data. So here I can open the COVID-1, for example, this picture. So here you can observe this picture, and you need to extract different themes, and then you need to write the themes on the content box. And after that, you can select the region of that particular picture. So, for example, if I'm going to conduct the thematic analysis on the pictures, I need to click on edit option. So now my cursor is blinking here in the content box. So I can write here face masks. So this second theme, I can write here no social distance, and mm, so if I observe these two things from that particular picture, I need to point out the region of the picture. So how I'll be able to point out the region? I need to click on this region box. I need to select the particular area. For example, face mask. So you can select the face masks. So this is my selection. By using my mouse pointer, we can select it. And then you need to click on region box. And then on the edit ribbon tab, there is option of assign region to row. So when you click on this option, assign region to row, software will automatically give the range of the selection that on that particular area you observed this kind of theme from that particular picture. So similarly, no social distance. So you can find that there is no social distance. So in that particular area, you need to select it, and then you need to select that particular region, assign region to row. So in this way, you can extract different themes from the picture, and you can select the particular region on the picture. So in this way, you can conduct the thematic analysis. And similarly, on the other pictures, you can see that some people are not using masks. So here you can write some people are not using masks, wearing masks. Okay, so here there is another theme, markets or streets. So in this way, you need to select the particular region of the, and then you need to select region and then assign region to row. And these are the streets or the roads. You can find some traffic. People are going, people are coming from the markets. So here you can select the particular region, and software will automatically select the range. So in this way, you can extract different themes, and later on you can code it and create different codes, different nodes for the different types of analysis like thematic analysis or the content analysis. So after transcribing of the data, what we are going to do next? we are going for the coding of the data. So coding is a part of thematic analysis. So what we are going to do here, we need to open respondent one. For example, this is the respondent one. So now, Dr. Faizan, can you hear my voice? Dr. Faizan, are
Yes,
you with
yes,
me?
yes,
Okay,
yes, yes.
that's great. So, Dr.
Mhm.
Faizan, I have a suggestion.
Mhm.
We should include the participants. We should involve the participants in this
Sure,
training. Yeah. So,
sure. Dr. Lodhi, just a few things. There are a couple of questions. Do you want to take them now or do you want to leave them till the end?
yeah, we should conduct the question answer session in the end of this session,
Okay,
inshallah.
okay,
So,
okay.
but now what I'm expecting from the participants. So this is the project relating to the outcomes of COVID, outcomes of COVID. So the boundaries are very, broad, and I'm not saying the social outcomes or the financial outcomes or the business outcomes or the, some other kinds of outcomes. So I'm very open. The outcomes of COVID-19, any kinds of outcomes. So I'm expecting the answer from the respondents. So what are the different outcomes of COVID? I need to suppose that this person is saying these are the outcomes of COVID-19, and we need to quote that particular statements data. So I'm expecting the feedback from the participants, from the
Mhm.
participants in this
Oh, so
workshop.
while
But
Dr. Lodi, participants are going to answer, right? Like you want to know, in their opinion, what are the outcomes of COVID-19? What
yeah,
things do we see out of COVID-19, right?
exactly.
Maybe I can start. While people are going to answer, maybe I can tell you one or two things. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
So please, I'm going to write on this particular
sure.
document.
I believe that because of COVID-19, technology diffusion has gone pretty quick. You know, people are using a lot of different
Okay.
types of
Technology
technologies.
difference.
Hmm.
That that's
Um,
different. Okay.
right. The other one that I would say, and I'll just say these two while we are going to get some answers from participants. The other one is people have started getting more. You know, people have started appreciating the importance of social interactions.
Okay. Increasing social
Social
interest.
interactions. All right, and then Dr. Lodhi. So we have one answer from Prem Kumar. Online business technologies.
Okay. Use of online business technologies.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yes, this is what came now, and virtual communities.
Okay. Increase of.
Virtual communities. Yeah, so for those of the participants who want to post, you can just use the chat feature. So use the chat feature, and then there's where you can put stuff in.
Okay. So you're suggesting me to use this chat feature. Am I
Not
right?
not you, Dr. Lodhi. I'm saying to our participants.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. So
Mhm. Importance of hygiene.
importance of hygiene.
Hygiene, yeah. I think this is also similar to it. Sanitation has become critical.
Sorry.
There's another one, Dr. Lodhi. This is similar to the previous one. This is sanitation. Sanitation has become critical.
Sanitation has
Yes,
become
critical.
critical.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So for now, I just got these answers. We'll see. Maybe there's some more people answering soon. And when we get more answers, then I will also put them up.
Okay, some ideas are in my mind, so I'm writing on this in this document.
Okay, so Dr. Lodhi, we also have a few more answers. Health
Yes, please.
consciousness.
Sorry,
Health consciousness.
health consciousness,
Yes, then we have employee redundancy.
imply redundancy.
Mhm.
That's it.
Then we have increased health and hygiene products, which we talked about earlier, but you can write it again.
Increase healthy products.
Then we have online education.
Online education,
Mhm.
online classes. Okay.
Yeah, we have work from home.
Oh, that's great. Work from home.
Yeah, we have change of mindsets, which is related to increased family importance, which I was saying earlier. The importance of social interactions are more and more,
Okay, that's great. Yes.
right? So Lodhibai, you can see there's a trend like this one from Mariam Sharifa. It's sensitizing family, friends, and relatives means more sensitivity towards your relationships.
Okay, that's fine.
We have government efficiency.
Yes.
I'll tell you two more. There's one unemployment, and then there's going back to roots, traditional approaches of wellness.
Okay.
Loss of jobs, salary cuts,
Loss of jobs,
mhm,
salary cuts,
unpredictable future,
unpredictable future,
innovation,
innovation.
and then work-life balance at home, which I believe is a very big impact. People working from home, not understanding.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so I think this is what we have so far, Dr.
Okay.
Lodi.
Thank you so much, Dr. Faizan.
Mhm.
So I'm coming back to data coding. So Dr. Faizan, tell me the time, how much?
Uh, well, I think we can go for another 30 minutes or so.
Okay, okay, that's fine.
Mhm.
So we have good time. So now, audience, what I need to do here, I'm going to code these statements. So I need to read these statements one by one. So there are two types of different codes. The first type of code is semantic code, semantic. So the Clark and Brown, they define two types of codes. I'm going to write here two types of codes. The first is semantic codes, and the second one is latent codes. Latent codes. So when we talk about the semantic codes mean the surface meaning of the statement. But when we talk about the latent code, it's mean the depth meaning of the statement. Depth meaning mean you need to listen the voice coming from the heart of your respondents. This is very important. So being qualitative researcher, you should be very, uh, you should increase your listening power. So you need to listen the voice coming from the heart of your respondents. So this is basically the latent themes, latent codes. So ultimately, why we are coding the data, we are looking for the themes. So when we talk about the semantic codes, it is the surface meaning coming from the statements. So I would recommend all the participants, you need to conduct the latent codes for the thematic analysis. It is very important. You need to dig out the some realities from the statement. For example, I'm going to share a statement here. A father has sold the land. Land means property to send his son Ahmed to America for the higher education. And so there are two purposes. The first purpose is to send the son for the higher education, and the second is to arrange the marriage ceremony of his daughter, Amna. So this is the statement. A father sold his land, his property, fixed asset, to send his son Emma to America for the higher education degree program. And he also needs money to arrange the marriage ceremony of his daughter Amna, because uh, arrangement of the marriage, we need to spend more. Uh, so it is not easy task for the parent. So the father ultimately sold this his personal property just to fulfill the need of his kids, son and daughter. So this is the statement, and if we go for the semantic codes, there are a lot of things. The first one is sale of land. This is the code. You can just extract this particular code or this particular word. You can just code the statement sale of land or sale of property. So the second thing is sending Ahmed to America. This is another statement. For the higher education, this is also code. You can code the data. So there are a number of, but these are all the semantic codes. These are the surface meaning. But we need to go for the depth meaning. So how we can go for the depth meaning? The depth meaning is that why father is selling the asset. So the first code may be the male dominant factor. So why the mother is not selling this asset? Why the father is taking this initiative? Why the father is taking this role? The reason is that we are living in the male dominant society. So the father has right to take the decision, sending selling of the land and sending the son to the America for the higher education and the spending money on the marriage of his daughter Amna. So this is the first theme, first code, male dominant factor. So we may call it the sub theme. It is not the theme, but we can say that it is the sub theme. So similarly, The second thing is he's sending Emma to America. So why he's sending Emma to America? Why not in other countries? Other countries, there are so many other countries. Why he's sending Emma to America? Why not in other country? Because he is very inspired with the education of America. American universities has good have good standard of education, particularly in higher education uh, sector. So this is another code, and then similarly uh, we can uh, write the arrangement of the marriage, and why father is arranging the marriage, because in that particular culture the parents has a right to decide the marriages of their kids. So, but in some Western cultures, people they they search and they choose the suitable match, and they arrange their marriages by themselves. Maybe some people do not involve their parents, but in that particular culture, it is the right of the parent to decide the marriages of particularly daughters. So here we can explore different themes, and for example, we can further explore further sub themes like we are spending the education of the son, but we are not spending for the education of the daughter. So maybe it will lead toward the gender discrimination. So this is the basically latent codes, depth meaning from the statements. So here we need to read the statement and extract some hidden meaning from the statements, and then later on we need to code it. So, but my question is that if I'm going to code this statement, and if I ask this question from you people, what will be your answer? If I'm going to code this whole statement into one code, what will be that particular code? Maybe the male dominant culture, maybe the inspired with higher education, maybe the parent decision for the arrangement of the marriages, and maybe the gender discrimination. So what will be the right sub theme or the code for suitable code for this particular statement? What will be the suitable code? So what will be your answer? So we can have some answer from the participants, but because of the limitation of the time, I'm going to just tell you uh, that it depends upon the objective of the study. So if your objective of the study is gender discrimination, if you're looking for the gender discrimination, then definitely gender discrimination related uh, codes will be your sub themes. But if your studies objective is the male dominant culture, then definitely male dominant culture related sub themes or the codes will be your sub themes. So ultimately you need to check your research objective, what you are looking for from the textual data. So this is very important. So coming back on the content, and I'm going to code this data. So now what I'm going to do here, I need to select this statement, and I'm supposing that this person is telling that unemployment is the outcome of COVID-19. So I need to select this statement and right click on the selected data, and this option is here, code selection. And now I need to create some top level code here. For example, if I click on this top level code, and this is the second level child code. So this is the child code, and I need to create some codes. For example, the uh, okay, I need to delete it, rename. So the code is employment. And now I need to click on code selection to new node. So in this particular coding option, if I click on codes, I will find this option unemployment here. So I can also create some parent code here. This is very simple. I need to right click and this option is here, new code, and here I can write the outcomes of COVID-19, outcomes of COVID-19. And this is the parent code. I can also drag and drop this child code under the parent code. I need to select this child code and drag it using mouse pointer and drop on the parent code. So here I can see that this is my main area, outcomes of COVID-19. And here I can see the sub code is unemployment. Unemployment is my first code, and similarly, I need to go for the further codings of the data. I need to select the other statement, and the method is the same, steps are the same. I need to right click on the selected data. I need to click on code selection, and uh, I need to select this parent code and then click on child code. So another code I'm going to create here, for example, technology diffusion. I'm going to copy and this paste technology diffusion code selection in this area. And we are supposing that by reading this statement, a number of codes are coming, a number of sub themes are coming. So I need to click on that particular increasing social interactions through internet, child code, this one, code selection to the new node. So in this way, I'm creating these codes by coding the data, and then this one, right click, code selection. I need to click on the parent code and then child codes. I need to select the use of online business technologies. Code the selected data. Similarly, I need to select the next statements. Right click, code selection, and then the next one is increase of virtual communities. I need to select the parent code, then create the new child code, and here I need to select, I need to copy paste. But actually, when you will be coding this data, the way is just to select the statement and extract a particular theme, sub theme, and then you need to right click and then you need to write here. You can type here, but here we are saving our time. We are supposing that these statements are relating to importance of hygiene, and then code. Right click, code selection, child code, sanitation has become critical. Business loss, family disputes, online education, Okay, this is fantastic. We have successfully coded the data from respondent one. So these are different, uh, codes. So what next we are going to do? We need to come back on the interview files and same things we are going with to do with the respondent two. So I just open respondent two, and what we are going to do here, I need to select it. So we have here two options. The first option may be the respondent to person. This particular person is also talking about the same sub theme or the same codes, which we have already coded from respondent one. So definitely we do not need to create a new code. We just need to code that particular statement into the existing code. So what we are going to do here, I need to select this data code selection. So maybe he's talking about increase of virtual communities. So I need to click on increase or virtual communities. I'm not going to create on child node or child code. I just need to select that particular already created code and then click on code selection to increase of virtual communities. Just click it. So in this way, I can code in this in the already existing themes, existing sub themes. But if he's talking something which we have not created yet, so for example lockdown, so definitely I need to repeat the same steps of creating the new codes, like code selection, and then I need to select the parent code and create the child code, and like in this way, lockdown, and then code selection in that particular code, and then so in this way we can create new nodes like online business, online events, online conferences. So in this way, I need to select the statement, right click, code selection, and then child code, paste, code selection. That's fine. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to open the codes. This is another way of coding the data. So we can open the codes here in this area, and we can select the statements. We can select the statement, and then we can drag it and drop on a particular code. Select the statement and drag and drop on a particular code. So we need to read the statement. If the statement is relating to that particular code, you need to select and put on the relevant. For example, online event. So you need to click on that particular code. For example, online or education. For example, unemployment. So in this way, it will save your time. So there are different ways to code the data. The first way is more lengthy, but this way of coding is very simple. So similarly, we need to code the data from response tree. So I need to save the time. Parallel, this is the coding list. I need to select the statement and just drag and drop the data. Okay, that's perfect. Similarly, for respondent 4, I need to select the answers of Barbara. So same I'm going to do for respondent 5. These are the codes. Charles and Linda. So we need to read the statements by Charles. Charles is the participant in our interview data. So I need to read the statements by Charles and code the data accordingly. So similarly, for respondent 6, okay, this is sufficient. And similarly, we can go for respondent 7. But we need to come back on codes. Okay, that's perfect. So we have successfully coded our interview data, and what next we can do? We can categorize them, and we can extract different, pattern from the data. Pattern mean the themes. Pattern. If I search this pattern from the internet, you will see that these are some, similar nature of designs, patterns. So similarly, what we are looking from the data, we are looking for the pattern, similar kinds of meanings from the codes, from the data. So what we are going to do, we can categorize them uh, in different, broad categories. For example, we can create some new codes, blank codes. How we can create blank codes? This is the coding area. I'm here in the coding area. So in this blank area, I can right click and I can click new codes. For example, social outcomes. So social outcomes, this is my theme. And what I need to do, I need to drag, for example, family disputes and drop it in social outcome, and then online business, sanitation, social, increasing social interactivity. So here I need to, and then business outcomes. This is another theme, business laws. mm, Technology diffusion, online business, maybe lockdown, it is relating to the business, and then new code, job related outcomes. So unemployment or increase of virtual communities or virtual jobs. So education related outcomes. So you can online education, online workshops, conferences. So here sanitation has become, you can, if you put here, for example, if you just close it, So now, outcomes of COVID-19 is the main category. So we can also put these categories like these themes. So these are the themes. Business outcomes are it is the theme, and these are the sub themes. So here in this way, we can check and we can explore the pattern, and we can combine the similar nature of the codes under the umbrella. Each umbrella theme. So this is the theme, main theme, business outcome. Education related outcome is another theme. Job related outcome, this is another theme. And social outcome, this is another theme. So now what next I'm going to do, I'm going to drag and drop it on the outcomes of COVID, because outcome of COVID is the main area. So here I need to drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop. So the main area is outcomes of COVID-19, and these are the four themes, uh, business outcomes, and these are the sub themes. So, but the main themes, there is no coding, no file, no reference. So what I'm going to do, I need to right click on the selected theme, and there is second last option, aggregate coding from children. So in this way, I can shift or share the coding from the children, and accumulatedly all the codings will be shown in the main theme option. So this is the sum of all codings. Sorry, yeah, this one. So similarly, I can right click aggregate coding from the children. So now it is not zero. Aggregate coding from the children. Aggregate coding from the children. So now if I right click, and now still it is 0 0, but it will software will sum up all the codings, aggregate coding from the children. So total 43 times we coded the data. So this is basically the tree tree nodes. So you can capture the picture of this particular tree, and you can put in your thesis, in your research paper. So this is what we did the thematic analysis. This is the thematic analysis. But if you go for this frequency of the codings, it will become the content analysis. So we can also apply some, we can combine the thematic plus content analysis, mean thematic content analysis. So we can explore some kinds of hierarchy charts. So this is the option of hierarchy chart. We can click it, hierarchy chart, hierarchy chart, and code. On the basis of codes, we are going to explore the hierarchy chart. It is just like the regression model in the quantitative research. So in the regression model, we believe on the beta coefficient value. So if the beta coefficient value of the independent variable is higher, then it's mean it has more impact on the dependent variable. So similarly, in the hierarchical chart, or it is the tree map, it is also known as the tree map. If you see that some of the sub theme has more region, more size of the box, it's mean it is more critical. So if I click on this code option, then next, and then all coded, we can also go for the selected items. We can create one by one, and for example, automatically select the descendants mean if I select the parent node, all child nodes will be automatically selected. So we can use this selected item. If I go for the all codes, it will it will draw the picture from the all coded data. So just you need to click finish. Yeah, this is my goodness. So in this picture, you will be able to see some uh, sub themes have more region, like business laws. You can also, if you click on item code or color it, and yes, this one. So now you will be able to understand that, yes, this one. Uh, I have just changed the color of this picture. There are different options on this ribbon bar. So you can see that some regions or the boxes have more size as compared to the other one. So the larger size is depicting that that particular sub-theme is more critical. For example, family dispute and the social outcomes. For example, business loss or lockdown or unemployment or like the online. So these two sub-themes have similar weightage in job related outcome or education, because they have two sub themes, and both have the same weightage. But in social outcome, you can see that some themes are more critical. For example, family dispute is more critical, and business loss is more critical as compared to this technology diffusion or use of online business or lockdown. So but this is the most critical. So you can export it, and you can right click and you can export this hierarchy chart, and you can put in your thesis. So you can save it on the desktop. So this is very simple. So you can export this hierarchy chart one by one by parts by using the selected option. So this is your choice, but I have explored this chart as a whole combined chart. So similarly we can apply the queries. There are different types of queries, the word frequency query. If I click on word frequency query, so if I'm going to explore this exact match words like talk, and we are looking for the most frequent words, like 500 most frequent words, and then I need to run this query. Just this is very simple. So this is the table of most frequent words, 500 most frequent words. So, and if I click on word cloud, so it will show the uh, words in different sizes depending upon the frequency of repetition. How many times a word is repeating in the data. So similarly, we can do the same thing with the focus group discussions, with the pictures. We can also code the things from the picture. So this is basically the word cloud, COVID, health, people. So word cloud, we can export it, export word cloud, and we can save on the desktop, word cloud. We can change the type of this word cloud. There are different pictures, different shapes, and the format of word clouds. Okay, so in this way, we can change the shape of this word cloud, and we can also go for the tag clouds. So in the tag clouds, we can tag the words, and we can also stop them. Um, for example, we can tag them, and we can right click to stop them, add to stop word list. So if we stop them and rerun the same query, so software will not display these words again. So this is the filtration of the data. You know, we exclude the unrelated words, and in the end we will have only the related themes, contents from in the data. So this is very wonderful, amazing option, and this is known as, you know, the text mining tool. This is the text mining tool. So this is very important. We can also conduct the text mining on the websites. So we can import the data from the websites. We can apply this particular query. We can find out the different word repetition of the words on the websites. Uh, if you are conducting uh, the text mining on the websites of the government websites, particularly in spreading the information about COVID-19. So we can conduct such kind of activities, or we can explore the information on the government websites about the tourism, how government is promoting the tourism. So this is very simple. So there are different queries like word frequency query, and there is another query, text search query. We can apply this query. This is also very simple, but we need to write a specific word here. For example, COVID-19. So if I write COVID and run this query, so it will. I need to click on word tree. So this is COVID-19. So it shows how people talk about this word COVID-19 before this word and after this word. So we can increase the context. Context mean the number of words on the left side and the right side. So this is the context. So now I have added 10 words. So we can decrease it, and we can also export it and save on the desktop. And later on we can edit it and put in our thesis in the appendix section. So we can analyze how people talk about this word COVID-19. This is also the shape of the qualitative content analysis, not the qualitative contents. So these are two important queries, and I already discussed the hierarchy chart. So this is all about from my side. So audience, if you have any question, house is open for all. You can ask the question, please.
Thank you
Ji, Dr.
very
Fazan.
much. Yeah, thank you very much. I think we have very little time for questions because we are already 4 minutes over the time. So I can take a couple of questions now
Okay.
if there's any questions people can put in here. But there's one question that I can see, which is this one. Can we select the whole text for coding each variable or specific text?
Could you please repeat it? Can be.
So, Dr. Lodhi, it says that can we select the whole text for coding each variable or specific text?
So what do you
You can
mean
say,
by whole text? Whole text mean the whole paragraph or the whole passage. Yes, we can select the whole passage, but we cannot select the whole interview. Uh, One interview is depicting a lot of themes, lot of sub themes. So you should be very careful. Yes.
okay, I
Dr.
am
Fazan, do you
actually,
have any other question?
yes, I'm going through the comments. There's a lot of comments. I'm trying to see where are some questions. uh, because there's a lot of comments that are coming. Well, everybody is thanking you quite a lot for different things that you have done. Okay, so yeah, it's difficult to find questions. Okay, here it's one. Could you please share some papers on how to report the results of qualitative analysis?
Okay, you can find it on the internet, and this is very simple. If you go on the Google and open the Google Scholar, then you just need to write the papers, search, and qualitative analysis. These are the keywords, and the number of research paper you can find on analysis of software. There are different books, but there are different types of research papers. But you need to specify the data. For example, if you write business management, human resource, or marketing or brand management, then definitely you will be able to, for example, this paper is customer relationship management, experience of business to business marketing, so qualitative. Here the people apply and software. So you can you can write and you can explore such kind of paper. You will be able to find my research paper on Lodhi. So there are different papers. This paper is also a factor that is successful government audit.
Sure. Okay,
So
no
we have
problem.
also
Uh,
yeah.
All right, Dr. Lodhi, we lost your voice for a little bit while again, but I think because the time is very limited, right? We are over time, and then the next sessions are going to start very soon. So I, on behalf of the GLOSERV committee and the research committee, I wanted to thank you so much for taking your time. I know it's very late in Pakistan right now also. So thank you very much for your time, and you're obviously always helpful in explaining all this stuff and make it easy for people to understand. So thank you very much to you, and then also I want to thank everybody who joined from different parts of the world to listen to Dr. Lodhi. The
Okay, Dr.
video.
Fazan,
Yes.
in last session, people were asking for my email address and contact
Mhm,
information, if you remember.
mhm. Sure.
So I have shared it, yeah, on my screen.
Yeah, please
So
share it on
you
your
can
screen.
contact
Okay.
me. Yeah. So thank you
Sure.
so much, Dr. Fazan.
Yeah, no problem, Dr. Lodhi. So I wanted to tell all the participants, Dr. Lodhi is very helpful and he's a wonderful researcher. So if you're working on something, if you need some help with qualitative data analysis or design qualitative research, Dr. Lodhi is open for collaboration. He will be happy to work with you. Just reach out to him and it will be all good. I also, in the last, want to say one other very quick thing. I run a YouTube channel which is Research Bees. There's several videos of Dr. Lodhi on that channel as well. There's a question about how do we analyze data from Twitter or something. So we have a video on there about sentiment analysis from data, social media data or something. So that is also another resource you can look into. But please reach out to Dr. Lodhi if you have any questions. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Lodhi, and thank you, everyone. Have a good night, good day, good evening, whatever time zone you are in. Thank you.